Andrew Garfield rejects Sony's offer to return as Spider-Man, and a brand new villain from Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery has officially been announced to have his own solo movie. Yo, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about that news about Andrew Garfield rejecting Sony's offer to return as Spider-Man in the Venomverse. We're also going to be covering the news that a brand new villain from the Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery is going to be getting his own solo movie from Sony Pictures. But before we do get into that, if you are new around here and enjoy all types of Spider-Man content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure to hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button so you don't miss any more Spider-Man content as soon as it comes out on the channel. Also, just a quickie, my members page is now open, so if you do enjoy all of my content and want extra content, including early access to videos, badges and emojis that you can use in live streams, exclusive photos and updates daily, then just pledge a small amount each month and you'll be able to get all of that in your hands. But with that being said, let's get straight into the news. So the Andrew Garfield news, now I'm pulling this from a Forbes article that came out regarding the leak about Andrew Garfield. And the Forbes article goes on to say, the grand plan is a Sinister Six Avengers-style crossover that at the very least will star Venom, Vulture, Morbius, and a bunch of other characters to fight Spider-Man. Now, this obviously includes Kraven the Hunter and El Muerto, who are villains of Spider-Man that they are also making movies about. So it probably will be a culmination of all of these villains that are appearing in the Venomverse to finally team up together, including Michael Keaton's Vulture from the MCU, and they are probably going to fight Spider-Man at some point. Now, who this Spider-Man was going to be was a big talking point. Apparently, Sony wanted that Spider-Man to be Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but it remains unclear if they are going to work that out with Disney and Marvel, the Forbes article goes on to say. And then it also goes on to say that the leak says they approached Andrew Garfield to return to his old Peter Parker role, but he said no, given his recent hugely prestigious and successful movie projects, and that Sony may go on to retire the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man and cast a new Spider-Man in his same universe for this project. Yeah, it's a bit confusing, says the Forbes article. So basically, what you've got to take from this is that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is probably going to retire because they are probably going to set those movies, Venomverse movies, in the same universe as the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. And then because Andrew Garfield doesn't want to return to the role, they are going to retire that Spider-Man and bring in a new Spider-Man. Now, who this Spider-Man will be is still up for debate. This Spider-Man could potentially be Miles Morales, and we could get Miles Morales in live action earlier than we thought, because we were thinking that Miles Morales was going to appear in the MCU at some point in the future and take over after Tom Holland's Spider-Man. However, it would be really cool if we could get Miles Morales after a retired Andrew Garfield Spider-Man in the Venomverse. I think that would be really, really cool, and a way to get Miles Morales in live action sooner than we anticipated. This Spider-Man could also be Spider-Man 2099 that comes in after Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, switching it up and potentially introducing us to a new Spider-Man that we have really rarely seen on the big screen before. His first appearance in Into the Spider-Verse, and then he'll have a main role in Across the Spider-Verse, but it'd be really cool to see Miguel O'Hara dawn the big screen once again, but this time in live action. If Sony is still pulling stuff from the multiverse, this could also be Spider-Gwen, which could provide a really cool story dynamic for that universe, since Andrew Garfield's Gwen Stacy actually died in TASM 2, as we do know. However, that is everything for the Andrew Garfield news, and on him returning, like I did say, take that with a grain of salt, because this leak could be fake, this could be true. Andrew Garfield may not have ever been in talks with Sony, he might have actually been in talks with Sony, and they might have just not have agreed a contract yet. So take this with a grain of salt, like I do say about a lot of things that come out that are leaks. Andrew Garfield could still be returning as Spider-Man, we just don't know yet, but I can't blame him if he didn't want to do this, because the track record for the Sonyverse movies have not been good at all. And like I did say, Andrew Garfield has had a lot of highly rated, critically acclaimed, prestigious projects recently, one of them being Spider-Man No Way Home, which ironically he returned as Spider-Man, which has been one of the highest rated Spider-Man movies of all time, and one of the most successfully domestically and worldwide. So, you know, I'm not surprised he doesn't want to return to the Sonyverse movies, given the track record of Morbius and Venom Let There Be Carnage. As much as some people love those movies, they are not critically acclaimed, so therefore I can understand why Andrew Garfield would not want to return. But like I did say, we could be introduced to a brand new Spider-Man. Who do you think that'll be? Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think it could be Miles Morales? Do you think it could be Miguel O'Hara? Or do you think we could see Gwen Stacy potentially return from the multiverse? With that being said, let's move on to the next piece of news, which is about El Muerto and him getting his own live-action solo Sony-verse movie. Now, El Muerto is a villain that not a lot of people really know about or are fully aware of when it comes to the Spider-Man Rogues Gallery, which is why a lot of people are confused as to why El Muerto is in fact getting his own solo movie in comparison to someone like Spider-Man 2099 or more popular Spider-Man characters that have not really got much attention on the big screen thus far. I mean, Morbius has got a movie, so anything can happen, am I right? But anyway, let's move on to the biography of El Muerto, and I pulled this from the Marvel website. I will just skim over this and get the big facts from it. So the powers and the mask of the superpowered wrestler El Muerto have been passed down from generation to generation. Each wrestler has had to prove themselves to their oppressor, El Dorado, so that they could remain alive and keep their powers. When Marcus Estrada presented his son Juan Carlos to El Dorado, Juan Carlos cowered in terror, unwilling to fight him. Marcus Estrada sacrificed his life to try and save Juan Carlos. Out of respect for his father's courage, El Dorado granted Juan Carlos 10 years to travel and to become brave, and then to duel a masked wrestler and unmask him. Now that's just his origin story, but when it comes to him fighting Spider-Man, he traveled to New York 10 years later and actually went to J. Jonah Jameson about setting up a charity event where he would fight Spider-Man, and that is how the rivalry started. Now, J. Jonah Jameson agreed to this because he knew that Spider-Man could be unmasked and potential for him to be defeated, so he agreed to El Muerto to set up the charity event. And later on, El Muerto and Spider-Man would team up to try and defeat El Dorado. So it is a very cool story. Now, obviously, if they're making a solo movie about El Muerto, Spider-Man will not be including within this, so it'll probably just be a movie about El Muerto versus El Dorado, and that's how they'll probably go about it. So once again, there is potential there for it to be a decent movie, but because it's Sony, and we know how they treated Morbius, and we know how they treated the Venom movies, we can't really be so sure. As we know, they definitely don't have the best track record, but we'll just have to see if this movie is successful or not. Regardless if this movie does well or not, I'm guaranteed they'll carry on making movies about Spider-Man villains until they get their Sinister Six movie. As we know, that is Sony's lifelong dream, even from the TASMverse, where they were leading up to a Sinister Six versus Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie. They're still going along with those plans, but it's just kind of an ebb and flow at the moment with which Spider-Man they use. Anyway, with that being said, tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you think about this El Muerto character? Do you think it'll be a good movie? Well, it's Sony, so we can't really be so sure about that one. But are you excited? Let me know in the comment section down below. With that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. Make sure to hit the bell next to the subscribe button to not miss any more Spider-Man news. I will keep you all in the loop as soon as news comes out. With that being said, thank you all for watching. My members page is now open. Like I did say, you can get early access to videos and all that kind of good stuff, including badges and emojis that you can use in live streams, and also exclusive photos, reveals, and updates every single day. And also, if you do want to continue the conversation and want to talk to me and a bunch of other people that love talking about Spider-Man, make sure to come and join the Discord server. The link is in the description down below. If you don't have a Discord account, just make one. It takes like 2 seconds, and then you can come and join the conversation with me and a bunch of other people who love talking about the same things as you. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care and peace.